We are preparing to go live stream.
Yes. Mm.
Just a second.
Okay, so yeah, like this would be okay. Yes, good.
All right. We are We are live now, Mr. Khalid.
Yes.
Um, maybe we. It's such a pleasure finally to welcome you on Akadeti, Mr. Khalid Afifi. I know you since, oh my God, since a very long time, yeah? And
No, 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 no. It's not a long time. We just
it's
met.
not
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
a couple of days because the time flies so fast.
Yes. Hmm.
Mr. Khalid, can you please introduce yourself to our audience, which is the Kyrgyzstan, a Russian from Kazakhstan, and we have some people from Italy as well. And not all of them speaks English. But nevertheless, I've promised them that I will translate time to time into Russian
Okay.
language. Yeah.
Okay.
So, can you please introduce yourself, first of all? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a trainer. My name is Khaled Afifi, and I worked in so many companies, international and multinational companies. And actually, I gained a lot from this. I was graduated in economics in Alexandria, Egypt, where I come from. And now I'm living in Moscow, Russia, for the last 5 months and living with my family. So I hope it will take me a lifetime to live here. Um, the point is, I had so many changes in my life. I don't like to be academic when I'm talking to people because my book, my work, and my status of life is based on practical management. And management is not only for business, it's not only for managers, it's for people because you manage your life, you manage your world, you manage your family, you manage your relation with others. So it's all goes under management. Actually, to introduce myself, basically, I'm a very simple person and I would love to do it like that. And I have so many hobbies that come and go. I don't stick to one hobby for the whole life. I played volleyball, I played croquet, I'm a swimmer. Um, I went into competition in all of these things, but still, I had my own hobbies. Like I played squash for some time, and because of the age, all of these sport things went little bit lower. Um, I like Latino dancing. I sing in karaoke. As you may see, as you may know, Miss Lisa, we met about this before, and you know that I'm into these things. But I was totally taken by the idea of training. I love training and I love doing it as a hobby. And it will,
Tell us, please, how many people have you trained until now? Because in the places where I have seen you at work, there were at least 500 people in one of the hotels where we used to work together, and other one was even bigger, I believe. Tell us, how many people have you trained and which subjects did you covered during your trainings?
okay. I cannot lie to say how many people because I never counted them, but I will tell you where did I work and how many people I had. For example, I was one of the people who started the first McDonald's in Egypt. We were a team that opened the first McDonald's in Egypt, and it was the first time in the world that two restaurants open at the same time. So you can imagine the number of people there. And I worked in training in so many places like hotels. If you say the Ritz Carlton, the Hyatt, Rotana, and 14 years in jazz hotels. And for example, I had three hotels in jazz hotels. I was training, or I was responsible for training of 14 or 15 hotels, uh, and I was the main training manager in jazz. So I even went to the head office and the people there. Besides, I was working as a freelancer, working with some companies that needed training and so on. So in many fields, I tried, or I worked on this. Um, Stock companies, um, pharmaceutical companies, petrol companies, and a lot of things like that. So I cannot tell you how many. Um, we agreed to say that approximately 10,000 people, but I think it's a little bit more. And what I like so much in my life is that when I meet people and they tell me, I'm your student, I worked with you, or I learned through you, and I love this feeling, and I always like it.
You
About
never
the
stop
fields that I
learning,
trained in,
Mr. Khalid. Yeah, you
I beg
never
pardon?
stop learning.
I myself, I never stop learning. I take from
It's
people and I take it as examples to explain to others. And sometimes people think that because of the age, I'm from another generation. So we have to learn from the new generation so that we can cope with the people coming. So this is very important.
completely agree.
About the
Completely agree.
fields I worked in, I'm basically a management development trainer, or I like to go into this. Um, to be advisor or consultant or a director of training or something like this, we have to go into many fields. Some people call something like soft skills, which is time, communication, all of these management things. I worked as well in the leadership and in advanced management. The other field was life coaching. I call it life management actually, and basic uh, basic points about consultancy into life consultancy, family consultancy, and all of these things. And the new uh, the new generation now needs a lot of career fulfillment or career development, and I had a part of this in my lectures and in my book and things like that. Yeah, so fields are quite wide.
What has changed since so many years has passed? Yeah, since we know each other. During my time, the main point was how to succeed in your career. Yeah. The requirements and requests from your students, are they the same, or the time has changed these requests in your
I will give you
opinion?
an example for this. In my time, when we start working and we start in career, they tell you the most important thing is to learn English and computer. So they used to tell us, learn English and computer and you will succeed at your work. Now, the computer became so complicated, as we are talking now through internet, which is not just computer. You can have a computer on your phone. The information should not be coming from paper books or printed books. You can get it by a click on your telephone or your laptop or something like that. So we're talking about a totally different generation. We're not just giving them by spoon tips your information. No, you know that these people can get the information from somewhere else. So it turned from teaching into advising into consultancy. And it's totally different when you teach somebody. They are not learning anymore, they are adding to the information that they can get by a click. So the students are totally different. the audience are totally different, and you cannot anymore start with the simple things because people are not as the same as they were. We're not talking about IQ because it's totally different thing. Um, the IQ changed itself, where the fields you measure the IQ is totally different now, because even they are not using their hands in writing or calculating or putting things in their head, but we are having a computer dependent people now, which is totally different kind of audience.
So the audience itself has changed and the requirements anyway has changed. Okay. Um, we have to probably maybe say a couple of words in Russian. So if on YouTube there will be some people watching, and probably they will ask, what are we talking about? Так, смотрите, мы разговариваем про аудиторию, да, такой, какая она была раньше. Я уже много лет знаю мистера Халида, и он обучал в очень огромных компаниях, таких как Хаят, Макдональдс, да, Джаз Отель. Поэтому я спросила, что поменялось, да, вот в аудитории. А, Он говорит, что поменялся сам метод изучения, обучения. Сейчас это больше консалтинг, нежели обучение, да, даже сама молодежь поменялась, поэтому вся система, да, поменялась. Но несмотря на это, они продолжают развиваться и делать новые шаги, да? Поэтому вот в двух словах. Tell us about now the time. We said that we will speak about the time. Yeah. How can we plan? Давайте сейчас спросим о времени. Как мы можем планировать, да, наше время так, чтобы успеть все, to make in time, to do everything.
Okay. A lot of people are waiting for me to explain time management, right? Wrong. I'm not going to talk about time management because
I
for
knew
me,
that trick.
for me, I, I say that you cannot manage the time. The 1 hour will keep 60 minutes, the minute will keep 60 seconds. You cannot change this. You don't own the time, you don't authorize on time. So you cannot change it, so you cannot manage it. What we can manage actually is ourselves and our chances to do things inside the frame of time. And this frame is usually fixed, as you all know, like the 1 hour, how many things I can do in 1 hour. Like now, we can see Miss Lisa, she's driving and she's talking and she's connecting to me, which was a very hard thing for me because I'm not that developed so much into these things. So she was doing a lot of things at the same time. So instead of just driving and parking and going to a room and then starting the meeting and connecting with the Zoom and so on, she's doing at the same time the same thing. I don't know if you are the one driving or you're sitting beside somebody, but it's, yeah. Hi there. So at least you're safe. This is very good idea. But
Yes.
but going from one place to the other is a task. And fixing the meeting is a task. And connecting to Zoom is a task. If you can do it all at the same time, you are actually gaining more chances in a fixed time frame. This is what I'm talking about. Since you cannot manage the time, then the new way of thinking about it, you manage yourself and your chances, how many things you can do about the time. I want you to translate this first, and then I will
Uh,
go to the second part.
One more question regarding this, Mr. Khalid. For example, you are talking of also, is it also a multitasking?
It's a multitasking by source, because you're doing
Mm-hmm.
more than one thing. And the word multi means more than one thing. Like multi-language,
Yeah,
multilingual person is someone who's speaking more than one language. So yes, it's a multitask.
because because I heard that multitasking is not actually good for doing many things at a time. I probably heard that it was creating a confusion. So you are saying it's wrong, yeah? So the multitasking is actually good, something good, because I believe in this too. I think the multitasking is the only way for me to get in time to finish everything I do. Otherwise, I will not be able to do the most of the things. Ребят, здесь говорится о том, что мистер Халид говорит, что мультитаскинг, да, это очень хорошо, потому что в одно и то же время вы заканчиваете несколько заданий, да, потому что многие психологи говорят, что мультитаскинг это не совсем хорошо, да, то есть нужно делать одну вещь за раз, да, то есть здесь говорится наоборот, потому что я сама, да, мультитаскинг человек, поэтому я всегда стараюсь закончить побольше вещей в одно и то же время, да? Вот давайте послушаем мистера Халида.
Okay,
Йоу, Рустам.
okay. But you said that multitasking это очень хорошо. Not all the time. And not multitasking means that you do the same thing with the right hand and the left hand at the same time. This goes for pianist, for guitarist, for somebody like this. No, I'm talking about the tasks that you can do, that you are trained on. And this is part of my message, that nobody made the task unless he's trained on it or she's trained on it, because otherwise you are taking more time, because you will do it wrong and you will fix it, or somebody else will fix it, and it will be a double job, and then so on. Now what I'm saying is, if you have
I see.
the ability to do the tasks right, and it's never on the same time. I'm saying it's in the same frame of time, but at the same time you cannot drive. For example, I asked you if you are driving or not, because while you are driving with one hand, you cannot just write a message with your right hand, which confuses your brain. No, I'm saying that it is a multitasking within the frame of time. So what I'm saying is very simple.
See.
It's the chances to do how many tasks in one frame of time. And this makes you much better. We'll talk more about other things and how to do this. Um, but the point now I want to talk about is, some people say we waste time. You will never hear me saying this about somebody is doing something is wasting time. No, time cannot be wasted, because the time that I am here now sitting and talking to yourself, you are sitting in the car and going somewhere, somebody else is sleeping, another one is talking on the phone, a third one is saying uh, haphazard words and things like this. At the same time, some people in Japan can be sleeping by now, or in the United States. So, by the time that somebody is not doing anything, he's not wasting the time. He's just wasting the chances to do things at this time. Okay? And it leads me to something before you ask me. I know your kind of questions.
Please.
So, is sleeping wasting time?
Mm-hmm.
Not always. Some people sleep to recharge their battery to wake up and do things in more energy. So
Mhm.
they are recharging their energy. So it's not wasting of time. It is gaining some more time in the future, but giving the body enough energy to do it. Is talking on the phone is wasting time? Not always.
Mhm.
Sometimes we talk about business. Sometimes we talk about important things to do. Somebody is solving some problems by the phone. And some people are just talking blah, blah, blah. These people are not gaining from the time, but the others are gaining from it. So it's not, we cannot say about anything it is wasting the time or it's useless time.
Mhm.
Because first, time is not ours to waste because some others are doing something else. Second, the time you are doing things that not useful, you are just
Mhm.
wasting your chances. You're not wasting the time itself.
Окей.
Is
Здесь
this
говорится
clear?
о том, что мы не можем тратить время. Мы можем иметь выгоду от того, что мы делаем во время нашего периода времени, да. То есть вы можете сделать что-то для себя полезное, и вы что-то зарабатываете в ваш кошелек знаний, да, в ваш кошелек, я не знаю, преуспеваемости, и
Mhm.
всего остального, да. Но вы никогда не можете тратить время, говорят. Вы можете его использовать во благо или во вред себе, да. Поэтому выбор за вами. На что вы будете тратить время, на что вы будете, инвестировать ваше время, да? Поэтому вы не тратите время, говорят. Видите, я уже автоматически говорю: "Вы тратите время". Нет, вы не можете тратить время, вы инвестируете ваше время во благо или во вред себе, да? Вы можете, сидеть и просто бла-бла-бла там, с кем-то о ком-то разговаривать, да, вместо того, чтобы сидеть с кем-то разговаривать о сотрудничестве, о коллаборации, о партнерстве, о каком-то проекте и так далее, да. Вот, например, я и мистер Халид, мы, встретились, говорим: "О, супер, давайте, мистер Халид, у вас такие знания, у вас, столько всего, вы можете, предложить нашим студентам, да, что-то полезное, да". Вот, поэтому, имейте в виду, что ваше время вы можете инвестировать в себя во благо или во вред. Окей.
Okay. I just want to ask people, is my voice reaching them well, or I'm shouting too much? Do you have any
No, no,
comment on that?
it's very good, but, I cannot see here because our Zoom is not open.
Mhm.
Our, YouTube is open, and I don't see any comments for now. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now we talk about something uh, of the misunderstanding we're talking about. We continue about this.
Mhm.
Some people don't understand how they use the delegation. Delegation is to give some jobs or some tasks to other people to do it. Okay?
Mhm.
Some people use it, some of them, some of our audience now are managers. They think that it is a chance to let other people do their jobs. On the contrary, no. In the same frame that we can do more than one task or two tasks, we maximize the tasks that we do in one time frame into
Mhm.
two or three uh, multiples. How to do this and how to use it, we don't just give it to somebody and go and have a
Mhm.
drink or rest a little bit and somebody else is doing it. So we have
Mhm.
3 points to talk about. First, the task itself. Second, the person that we are delegating. And third is communication. The first
Okay.
part the first part is the task itself. And when I say the task, I mean
So,
it.
not to
Delegate.
miss points. Что такое делегирование, да? Нужно этому учиться. Там 3 steps, you said, yeah?
3 things.
Там 3 вещей обязательно нужно, которые вам нужно сделать, да? Первое. The first one is
The
задание.
task.
Задание, да? Первое это задание. The
Задание.
task.
Да.
Мгм.
So, we're talking about the task itself. We delegate tasks, we don't delegate responsibilities.
Мгм.
Like if
Окей.
something is asked from you to do, you have to be responsible for it. Like some people delegate signature, for example. It's a disaster.
Мгм.
Some people delegate and attending an important meeting instead of them. This is
Мгм.
very difficult because whatever they say is your responsibility. So we delegate tasks, we don't delegate responsibilities. And this is very important.
Окей.
And
Мы
we,
не делегируем, I will translate.
yes,
Мы не делегируем ответственность, мы делегируем задание, говорят, да? Говорит мистер Халид. Это очень
только
важно. То
задание.
есть только задание, да, никакой ответственности, да. То есть вы даете задание, не ответственность. Мгм.
Okay. Second, what are the tasks that we cannot delegate? We cannot delegate in a matter of tight time. Like we don't have time to do it. Because
Мгм.
if we don't have time, you must do it yourself. Because until you explain and train and do things like this, you will lose time. Okay? Which this point is very important. I need you to take care of it, what I'm going to say.
Окей. Мгм.
Translate this point that I said first about the
Оч
time. Yes?
Мгм. Очень важно, чтобы вы, у вас было время, да. Вот вы даете задание, и у вас должно быть конкретное время на это задание. So you have to have the limited time, yeah? From, until.
Yes. And it doesn't break the time that the task should be done in. So you will take a lot of time in explaining. So you better do it yourself.
Окей. So, вы должны быть уверены, что другой человек за это время, он сделает это задание. Потому что, чтобы научить другого человека делать ваше задание, да, у вас потребуется намного больше времени. Поэтому вам нужно учитывать это. You have to take care of the time as well.
Yes.
So if it's easier to do it for yourself instead of teaching the other one, then better do it yourself,
Not
right?
only easier, the time will not allow you. This is very
Потому что
important.
это не только, как бы, скажем, необходимо, да, это время вам не даст этого сделать, да, время. Поэтому будьте осторожны. То есть сначала задание, потом задание, не ответственность. Потом у вас должно быть четкое понятие о времени, да? Время. Самое важное. Мгм. Окей?
Okay. The third point, which is very important, we never ever delegate confidential matters.
И очень важно никогда не делегировать конфиденциальные задания, да. То есть если, что-то должны сделать только вы, и в этом, состоится какая-то конфиденциальность, вы не можете это распространять, да. Поэтому вы делаете это сами. Мгм.
Yes. Now we move to the person. The
Мгм.
person we delegate the task to.
Теперь,
Delegate.
идем к человеку, да, который, занимается именно заданием, да?
Да.
Задание, не ответственность. Мгм.
Okay. This person has to be chosen by the following. First, trained on the task. We never give
Сначала
task to somebody that he's not trained on. Training.
Сначала это человек, который уже имеет какой-то тренинг, да, то есть он должен это уже уметь делать, да?
Yeah.
Мгм.
Second, we have to give the task with the level of the job description of the person. We don't give higher tasks to people who cannot be authorized for it.
Мгм. И если это человек, but this is only if the person is an employee in your place, right?
Yes, yes, and not
Если
only,
это...
but he or she has the ability to do such a thing, because
Мгм.
in the when you make the job description, which is a very big problem, we need everybody, small companies or big companies, that each and everyone has a job description telling
Мгм.
what you are allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, who you report to, who reports to you, what kind of things that can be given to you and what cannot be given, because the job description is based on your quality, and this quality means abilities, skills, and knowledge. So if you don't have
Мгм.
it in your accessibility, that you can access to it, you cannot give it to them.
Окей. Ам, Вы даете задание, I will translate it first.
Yes,
Вы
yes.
даете задание, значит, человеку в соответствии с его job description. Это значит, как бы это сказать, job description? Это человек, когда нанимается на работу, у него конкретное задание, да, что человек должен, там, распорядок его работы, да. Если этот распорядок не входит в его обязанности, вы не можете давать такую ответственность, да. Но если даже вот у вас человек, да, у вас может быть не компания, да, как у нас Акадете, то вы должны быть уверены в его знаниях, в его талантах, и только после этого вы можете делегировать кому-то что-то, да, потому что таким образом вы себя обезопасиваете, да. Поэтому, чтобы быть on safe side, да, даже для вас, как для него, для этого человека, очень важно, чтобы вы знали, на что способен человек, да, насколько он ответственный, да, и чтобы вы были в этом уверены. Мгм. Окей?
Like you found in my post, that the ask, you remember, abilities, skills, and knowledge, you'll find it in the post. It's very easy. When you hire somebody, it's based on these three. Okay. Before I say the third point, I see in your eyes a question. Please ask me.
Окей. Job description. For example,
Yeah.
if I take myself, yeah, for
Yes.
example, in Hyatt, when I used to work in Hyatt, the job description I had, it was very limited,
Yes.
very limited. But the knowledge I had, it was much more than it was in my job description. So, my question, wouldn't it demotivate the person to do only his job description? You know why
Yes.
I left higher? Just because of this, because I was limited and I
We
needed
all
the
left
freedom
hired
to
because one
grow.
person, you remember, and this one person was the one limiting everybody. So it's a problem of a person, it's not the problem of the job description itself. The the meaning of job description is that people, based on their abilities, skills, and knowledge, they have things to do. And the point is, you can discuss your job description, but it has to be there. And I tell you something more important. When you work more and you get promoted, or by sometimes you need to change this job description to be based on the new ask, the new abilities, skills, and knowledge. And if
I
somebody
know.
tells you in the
Mhm.
company, they tell you that no changes in the job description, you tell them it means that you didn't teach me anything in this company. I didn't gain anything in this company. So it is the other side problem, not your description problem. So this point is very I know it's very touchy subject,
It's
and
very touchy.
we all at that time suffered from it, because
Mhm.
some people from inside, they didn't want to others to grow up. Okay, so let me say the third thing, which is important in this part. We're talking
Mhm.
about the person. You remember? We're talking about the person to be trained in his or her job description. And the third thing, never ever dedicate all the things to one person. Delegation should be in a route, should be,
Mhm.
like rotation part,
I
because
will translate it, otherwise I will miss it.
okay.
Очень важно, когда вы делегируете, чтобы это делегирование было не на одного человека, да, то есть у вас должна быть такая ротация, да, чтобы многие люди уже знали, что делать. Таким образом, вы себя опять-таки обезопасиваете, потому что если этот человек уйдет, да, по той или иной причине, у вас будет другой человек, который может его заменить. Поэтому очень важно, чтобы вы делегировали не на одного человека, чтобы не ответственность, делегация была на нескольких человек, и это была постоянная ротация. Да? Таким образом, вы уверены, что если не будет одного, то есть другой человек, который вас подменит. У вас должна быть вот такая вот ротация. Да? Я не буду переводить то, что до этого было. Почему? Потому что я объясняла, вот мы работали в одной и той же компании, да, это Хаят, и там job description, да, вот это вот task list, да, это лист заданий человека, который работает. У каждого человека в каждой позиции есть свои задания, да. И для меня это была такая лимитация моей персональности, и я ему говорю, что это меня лимитировало, да, и здесь мистер Халид говорит, что вот эта вот часть, это все зависит от людей внутри компании, с которыми вы или срабатываетесь, или нет. То есть если вы там остаетесь на долгое время, то вы ничему не учитесь, вы просто тратите ваше время. Да? Поэтому очень важно, чтобы у вас был такой, скажем, а, такая компания, которая бы вас развивала, да, чтобы вы делали больше. Вот. И третья ротация, да, запомнили? Окей.
Since you're talking about this, anybody moves from one job to the other, higher or on the same level, they have to have two things. First, something called new job orientation, like
М,
to know about the new job orientation. The second part is a new job description about new authorities, new reporting, new things like that. Okay, so that to complete the picture of the job description that you're in.
Для того, чтобы у вас был вот этот лист заданий полным, да, у вас, когда вы приходите в новую компанию, ориентация в новой компании, она очень важна. Ориентация это, то есть вы приходите, участвуете в каждом отделе, да, знаете, что за что отвечает каждый отдел в этой компании. Таким образом, вы как бы, если у вас спросят какую-либо информацию, вы знаете, кому направить этого человека, да? Вот. И органиграмма компании, она очень важна, чтобы вы знали, кто отвечает за что.
Okay, so not to forget, we were talking about delegation, You still can hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So the point here, we were talking about delegation, to delegate what task, to delegate to which person. But this which person, I want to add something very important. We have to think about it. We talked about not to give the same person delegation all the time. I want to explain here why. First, because this person will think that he is the most important person in the department, which is a disaster. Second, it will be ungiven promise from your side that this is number two in the department because he's taking all the delegation. So he's replacing me when I'm not there, which is a disaster. And the third thing is that this person may abuse this delegation into an authority. Like, you don't know who I am? I am the number two in this department. So if you're not good to me, I will do 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's more near to the boss than the
I
others.
know. I know what you mean.
So,
Exactly, exactly. I know what you
so
I
this,
had it in my experience.
yeah, this
Uh,
third point is very important, that you must rotate the delegation, not to give it to one person.
Почему очень важна вот эта вот ротация, да? Потому что человек, которому вы делегируете, если это один и тот же человек, этот человек будет ставить себя выше других. А в команде такое нельзя позволить, потому что он не должен чувствовать себя номер вторым, да, после вас или да, он должен быть тем же, кто и кем является все, да, то есть если там команда, каждый член этой команды должен отвечать за ровно то, что вы хотите, да, и вот эта вот ротация, она помогает не иметь неравенства, да.
Okay, why we're doing delegation is to let more than one person work on so many tasks, so that in the frame of time we have more than one task to be done at the same time, which is expanding the chances in a fixed limited time frame. So now we are talking about a time frame. We're not talking about time management. We're talking about managing our chances in a time frame. I have a question for you. How long we have still? How many minutes we still have?
I would say 10 more minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let
10,
me
15.
explain something which is so much related to the time as well, and we go out different subjects so that we can do many tasks in the frame of time. Okay, we teach something, we must do it. Let's talk about time lists. Time lists, I have two major lists in there: the checklist and the to-do list. Okay, the to-do list is the list that you have in your pocket with a pen. Anybody asks you for something new, you write it. Any idea you have, you write it. Anything you want to do during the shift or during the day, you write it down, and then you can do it. I'm still using a pen
To-do
and a note.
list.
Hello.
This is the to-do list.
The to-do list.
Yeah.
Are we still connected?
Yes, yes. Sorry,
Okay.
my connection is bad.
Okay. For a change, it's always my connection is bad. This time is yours. So, for a good change now. The to-do list, what we put on it. The task that was planned for today in our main plan. The second are the things that come up today. The third are the tasks that you want to do today. So it's planned tasks.
Окей.
The tasks,
Запланированные вещи. Number one — это запланированные вещи. Number two?
Number 2 are the things that come up to you. Somebody asks you something, something appeared.
Это то, что кто-то вас о чем-то попросил. Number 3.
Number 3 are the things that you want to add to the day, like
И номер
training, like
3 это
learning.
неприоритетные, да, то есть non-prioritized, yeah? So, 3 вещи у вас должно быть в вашем листе. Это те, которые запланированы, кто-то вас попросил, и, может быть, во время вот этого всего вы можете добавить: у меня есть такие задания, да?
And the number 3 is the most creative thing that comes up to you and you don't want to forget it. Okay? These are the to-do list. I'm still using a pad and a pencil or or a pen. Some people are easier using the notes on the phone, or if they have a planchette or something, they can use it easier. But for me, I'm still working on handwriting. Okay? We move to the checklist. And a lot of people don't find any importance for the checklist, but I consider it is very essential, tell you the truth. When we talk about the checklist, what we put in it is the daily routine tasks that we need to do every day. You will tell me that it is routinic, so I know what I'm doing. Are you following, or it cut? Are you following? Okay. So we're talking about the routine tasks that you need to do every day. You will tell me it's routine. I got it. Can you imagine that if you have, let's say, 25 things to be done during the day, you will remember them all? Even if you remember them all, I will give you a phone call and we talk about something new and you will forget which part you were in. So the first part of the checklist is to put it into numbers, into schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So, Miss Lisa, are we still connected? Hello, Akmaral.
Hello.
Do you have a question?
No.
Okay.
I hear you. And
Okay, very good, very good. So we are connected because I lost connection with Miss Lisa now.
Maybe
Okay.
Miss Lisa connect.
The connection is not very good. Yes. Плохо connect. Da. Okay. So would I continue? Are the others listening to me or not?
I listening you.
Yeah. So people are listening to me. Okay. So I will continue about the checklist. The first point is to remember the things that you may forget. That's one. The second thing, which is very important that we're talking about, I will give you an example for it. Do you see this one? Can you see it?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Can you tell me how much space you have left? Can you calculate how much space? The ones without tasks?
7.
No, these are 9.
9.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And these are tasks. How much time left after the 9 tasks?
0.
You don't know. It's the white spaces, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me do this. Let me put the 9 tasks together.
Okay.
Can you now tell me How much space you have in the time?
9.
Still 9 tasks. But how much space?
Space.
A lot.
What?
A lot. Empty
A lot.
space. The white one. Now you have time, right?
Yes.
Now you have time. So here you don't know what time you have, right? Here you don't
Yes.
know what time you have. Here you know that this empty space is your time left. So it's very important to know through the checklist how much time you have. So if you write down all the tasks that you need to do plus the to-do list, then you can have a very clear image about how much time you have. So this is very simple thing to tell you. If you have lists, you can know how much time you can work in and how many chances you have for your brain to put new things, to be creative, to do your hobbies, to do everything. It's very simple when you talk about mamas. Mommies are always, busy all the time, right?
Yes.
Because they don't know what time they have. So it's very simple to see. Yes. Yes, thank you.
Desk.
Yes. You have your lists on.
Yes.
But do they have time on it?
Yes. In this
Yes.
desk
Yes.
have
From what time to what
I
time and
want.
what time to what time? Yes.
For this, I have I want this list.
Lisa,
And
can you please translate?
I must do it.
Акмарал, скажите, что вы хотите сказать?
Я тоже открыла свое тахта. И там, во-первых, есть то, что я хочу, и во-вторых, во втором то, что я должна сделать. И в-третьих, там еще одна доска, которой я всегда делаю каждодневные задания.
Okay, she divided into three parts.
Yes.
Her wishes, her musts, and the daily routine. So probably there is no time frame on daily routine. У вас нет времени, да, там с такого-то времени по такое-то сделать вот это, да, там, я не знаю, есть? Где у вас написано?
Я написала, вот, к примеру, 3-й лист, то, что я должна успеть до 31 декабря, да, из списки.
Okay. Basically, this is very good. She made a checklist with the routine things, and she made a to-do list with the other things she wants to do and the other things that come to her. That's very good. Akmaral, this is very good. But to make it perfect, we need to give each task from what it starts and what time it goes. Start from to the beginning and the end. This will make a lot of chances, because some tasks you forget yourself and keep doing and doing, then you don't do the other tasks. When you have a time frame, it will push you to work harder to finish it on time. You can even put
Акмарал, у вас очень хорошее расписание, все, но вам не хватает тогда такого таймфрейма, да, чтобы вы от и до уже закончили, да, какое-то задание. Очень важно, чтобы вы прям по времени писали, да, чтобы не забывать о них. Чтобы оно было прям таким безупречным, да, но это уже хорошо, то, что вы имеете такой таймфрейм.
So we have time frames that lead us for one time frame, and some number of tasks to be done at the same time. Sometimes on my checklist, I put time for lunch, time for cooking, time for prayer, time for this, time for that, reading my mail, reading my things, communicating with each other. We always do this, that we have, please give me a time that when we start and when we finish, so that I know what I'm doing before and what I'm doing after. If I don't have a list for this, I don't have
Okay.
a schedule, then my day is going like this. And something very important with
Mhm.
Akmaral, please put in your mind how long it will take you from one place to the other. Transportation. If you are using metro, electrichka, whatever you're using, you need to put the time of transportation. Consider it part of the task. Sometimes people need a cup of coffee and a cigarette in between. Okay? How long it will take them, we need to know, because we need to start a new task. Things like this will come by practice. It will be easier to finish more than one task, more than a bunch of tasks in one day or in one frame or in 1 hour, however you plan it. So, the most important thing is we don't manage the time, we manage ourselves, we take our chances in a limited fixed time frame. So the time doesn't change, we must change how we do things and when to do it.
Очень
I hope
важно,
it's
да,
not too
чтобы
heavy.
ну, очень важно, чтобы вы знали, что нет такого понятия, как тайм-менеджмент, да, а вы не можете управлять временем, да, вы можете управлять собой в течение какого-то времени, да, и вот это течение времени вы должны уже там быть управленцем, да, чтобы от такого-то времени до такого-то вы уже что-то сделали, да. Мгм. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, Khalid.
Okay.
It was very useful, but
I
I
hope
think
so.
if you will have time, we might probably ask you to make a short explanation of all we spoke about in 10 minutes by Instagram. If you would like, maybe even, I don't know, if you will have time today or tomorrow, to reassume what we spoke about. So I want people know you also on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to do that, or you will communicate with me and we do it together?
I will communicate with you and
Yeah.
we can organize it a short live for 10 minutes of a reassumption of this subject. Let's manage ourselves during the time frame. Yeah.
Yes.
So this way, I have you on my YouTube, and afterwards I will put your information about you on the YouTube as well. And the next step would be the Instagram. Yeah, I appreciate for your time, Mr. Khalid. It was a real great pleasure to have you here.
Thank you to
Akmaral,
introduce me to the people.
do you have any questions, Akmaral? Because Akmaral is our volunteer.
Yeah.
She's teaching Turkish language to our society. And she's our active member of Akadeti as well. Akmaral?
Mr.
Yeah.
Khalid,
Yes.
thank you for this knowledge.
You're welcome, and thank you too for joining us.
I'm so sorry, my English little bit.
It's much better than my Russian, dear. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
very much. Thank you
Very
very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah, I'll see you later. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Goodbye.